Financial markets have not been impressed with Europe's efforts so far, pushing stock prices down and the interest rates on bonds from troubled countries up. The leaders of the two largest countries that use the common euro currency held a final round of pre-summit talks early in the week and announced a German-French plan which they hope the summit will adopt. French President Nicolas Sarkozy says they want sanctions on countries that run budget deficits over 3%, and they don't want the European Central Bank to do something many analysts think it should do, buy the troubled countries' bonds.
I think we've got to a situation where desperate times call for desperate measures, and there's little else that can be done at this stage.
Jennifer McEwen is the senior European economist at Capital Economics, a London-based analysis company. She says European Union members should adopt the German-French plan, but she says by itself it's not enough to solve the crisis.
At the moment what we have in place is a very long-term plan, as I've said, to prevent this from happening again. What we need in addition is a near-term plan to write off some governments' debt for good and get them onto a sustainable footing. I don't think that's what's going to happen at all.
Across town at GFC Economics, Graham Turner sees things a bit differently.
What matters is whether or not France and Germany have come to an agreement, and if they have, politically that is a big positive in the short run. I mean, we've still got doubts as to whether or not it's enough in the long run to provide the framework for fiscal tightening. You know, the proof in the pudding is how quickly can they tighten fiscal policy. I mean, this is what the crisis comes down to.
As European leaders gather for the summit, their focus will be on the German-French plan. But there will also be voices calling for more action by the European Central Bank and for troubled economies to be allowed enough flexibility to promote growth. Some leaders say that's the only way to ease the burden on their angry populations and provide enough financing for their governments to pay off their debts in the long term. But they'll have trouble convincing the leaders of the continent's two strongest economies, whose plan focuses on austerity and fiscal discipline. Al Pessin, VOA News, London.